Hello. Hi. Hello there. Welcome. Come on in. Grab a snack, grab a seat, do whatever you want. This is your house. I came in here uninvited. But I want to talk about, real quick, Resident Evil timelines. So within Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 1 Remake, Remaster, what have you, the modern one. So within Resident Evil 2 Remake, the canon playthroughs and ending are meant to be Leon A and Claire B. I say that because within Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I think even Resident Evil 9, they phrased the flashbacks and timelines for Leon as in his playthrough, Leon A, was canon. But that doesn't make sense within Resident Evil 2 Remake. Within Resident Evil 2 Remake, at the very end, at the Umbrella Laboratory, Leon gets there before Claire. That's why it's Leon A. He gets there first. And he gets the T-Virus sample from the same storage unit that Claire has to go through after him. But Leon physically cannot get into that storage unit without Claire already going there and unlocking it so that she can get the antidote for Sherry. But again, within Leon A and Claire B, the storage unit is already open and unlocked, and the pendant is there as if Claire had already gone through it. But when you go back to Claire's playthrough, Claire B, she has to unlock it again with the pendant. So the only way this makes sense is time travel. So after Resident Evil 2, Claire goes back in time to the Leon A playthrough and unlocks it for Leon with the pendant. And then once he gets it, she resets the storage unit so that Claire B has to unlock it herself. I don't know why. That's just how it works. Ask the gods. I don't know. But anyway, doesn't make sense. Not a single lick of sense. It makes more sense for Claire A, Leon B to happen, not only because of that, but in the first G1 boss fight. Within that, I believe it is Claire is jump scared by the eyeball guy behind her. Eyeball guy grabs the pipe under her, destroys the catwalk, and they have a boss fight. Apparently, Leon has to have the exact same boss fight, but instead of eyeball guy grabbing the pipe and destroying the catwalk, he grabs Leon, smashes him into the rebuilt catwalk, and destroys it that way. And then you have to kill him again. So, already, gameplay-wise, doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. Could have had used more detail to fix that, but it's okay. I still love this fucking game. It's stupid as shit and I love it. But that ending the entire canon timeline doesn't make a lick of sense. It would have made more sense, still doesn't make 100% sense, but it would have made more sense if it was Claire A and Leon B. But they wanted it to be Leon A and Claire B, maybe because of Marvin and Leon's scenes together having more chemistry and better acting than Claire and Marvin interacting. That's the only reason I can think of. It makes Leon's story better because honestly seeing him meet Marvin before he's zombified, it makes more sense. It's cooler. It's a nice little relationship dynamic they have for the small amount of screen time they have together. But yeah, either way you slice it, doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. Now, that being said, Resident Evil 2 is a walking paradox. That's fine. Let's go to Resident Evil 1. Within that, the games, the playthroughs as Jill and as Chris don't work like Resident Evil 2, where it's Claire A, Leon B, Leon A, Claire B. It's meant to be Chris and Jill's own adventures happening apparently at the exact same time. They are different playthroughs though, fundamentally. Different things happen at different times. The same bosses happen though, which is another thing that Resident Evil 2 did. But within this, the opening is the only thing you need to realize none of this makes sense. I'm pretty sure the canon ending for Resident Evil 1 is meant to be Jill's playthrough, the good ending, or Claire or Chris's playthrough, the good ending. But the thing is that either it's the fan base or it's the game itself, I forget which, phrases it as in both timelines happen at the exact same time does not make any sense, because Chris's playthrough opens with him, Jill, and Wesker getting into the mansion and Barry being missing. As in Jill's playthrough though, Jill, Barry, and Wesker make it into the mansion and Chris is missing. So fundamentally, those two outcomes, those two scenarios cannot happen at the same time. Obviously, doesn't make any sense. So, actually, I feel like I just answered my own question. I believe it's only one of the other playthroughs is canon, but technically both are canon because Chris is meant to meet Rebecca and Jill is meant to help deal with Barry's situation, this family hostage situation. Anyway, Resident Evil 1 is less problematic than Resident Evil 2, so that's fine. We can end on a happy note that way. But yeah, Resident Evil 2, meant to be Leon A, Claire B. Physically, figuratively, what have you, metaphysically, cannot happen because Claire has to go through the laboratory before Leon. And that can't happen if Leon's already there and defeats everyone. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, yeah, that's all I wanted to yap about today. Thank you so much for listening. Check out my Twitch channel. Check out my Twitter. I'm going to be doing a lot of new content similar to or hitherto of this. Yeah, expect more greatness. See you soon. Remember to be safe, be yourself, be cool, and just be. In 333, I'll see you in the next one.